Fall in love with this pumpkin. It's very silly. You ready?
Yeah.
The Biggest Pumpkin Ever by Stephen Kroll.
Once, there were two mice who fell in love with the same pumpkin.
Clayton noticed it one day in his parents' vegetable garden. It was still little and green, but he thought he could make it grow really big.
I bet I can make this pumpkin grow really big!
Maybe even big enough to win the grand prize at the town Halloween parade's pumpkin contest.
Maybe even big enough to win the grand prize at the town Halloween parade's pumpkin contest!
Desdemona discovered the pumpkin the same day and thought if she could help it grow, it would become the biggest jack-o'-lantern in the neighborhood.
I bet if I could help this pumpkin grow, it would be the biggest jack-o'-lantern in the neighborhood!
Clayton wanted to know how to help the pumpkin, so he went to his mother and father.
Mother, if I want things to grow bigger, how can I help it? Water it, of course!
No, I was heard that manure and water could help them grow real big. Wow.
Desdemona wanted to know how to help the pumpkin, so she asked her sister.
Molly, if I wanted to help a plant grow really big, how can I help it? Well, I was heard that manure and water help something grow really big. Why? You'll see!
That afternoon, Clayton watered the pumpkin. He also mixed up some fertilizers of manure and water and spread it on the pumpkin to make it grow larger.
Desdemona didn't want to be seen by Clayton's family, so she waited until after dark to water it.
The next day, Clayton watered the pumpkin again.
And that night, Desdemona did the same.
And the pumpkin began to grow. By the end of the month, Clayton couldn't believe how big it had gotten.
I can't believe it!
Neither could Desdemona.
I can't believe it!
Clayton felt so proud he rushed to show his mother and father.
Look! My goodness! And it's not even fully grown yet! I wanted to do what you suggested!
No, I also meant sugar water could help them grow even bigger.
That night, Desdemona brought her sister Molly to see the pumpkin because she said she knew everything about pumpkins.
Look! Wow! Wow, that's so pumpkin! I wanted to do what you suggested! You should also start trying some sugar water. Okay, I'll give it a try!
The next day, Clayton dug a small hole beside the pumpkin vine and placed a bowl of sugar water inside. He cut off the end of one of the vines and stuck it in the sugar water.
That night, on the other side of the pumpkin, Desdemona did the same thing.
Within the week, the pumpkin was twice the size it had been.
Within 2 weeks, it was absolutely enormous.
Clayton came to see it one day and was amazed.
I'm amazed!
He ran over to his friend Jimmy's pumpkin patch. Jimmy's pumpkin looked so much smaller.
Jimmy's pumpkin looks so much smaller! What an amazing pumpkin! Let's have another pumpkin contest!
The same night, Desdemona and Molly spent some time looking at the pumpkin.
I didn't think it got so big! A little look? It's gonna make some jack-o'-lantern! Sure is.
The pumpkin continued to grow.
Wow! The pumpkin is bigger than my family's car! Isn't this the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? Yeah, so big! I love you!
That night, Desdemona came to admire the pumpkin too.
Isn't it the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen?
Oh, my God, it's gross.
would be coming up and the pumpkin would be ripe and ready to go.
Wow! The pumpkin's growing so fast, it'll soon be larger than my family's house!
Then he had a horrible thought.
How am I going to get the pumpkin to the pumpkin contest if it's too big to bring there?
But then Clayton shrugged that thought from his head and decided to worry about it when the time came.
Forget about it!
That night, Desdemona went to tend to the pumpkin some more.
It's chilly. I hope it's not early frost. I should probably go get some blankets to help keep the pumpkin warm.
The same night, Clayton seemed worried about the possibility of an early frost and went out to get the pumpkin a blanket as well. And as he worked, he hummed the song.
Desdemona came back at the same moment Clayton came to cover the pumpkin, and as she worked, she hummed too. And as they both hummed, they realized they weren't alone.
They both stopped humming, put down their blankets, and peered around the corner of the pumpkin. But they didn't see anyone. They shrugged and continued to work and hum.
They again heard somebody else humming with them. They both circled around the pumpkin, first one way, then the other way, then the last time they bumped heads and fell down.
They suddenly realized
That's why it got so big!
They burst out laughing.
After everything had been explained, Clayton said,
I know I can win the pumpkin contest if I can only get there! I'll help you get the pumpkin to the pumpkin contest if you let me carve it into a jack-o'-lantern! It's a deal! A deal!
And they shook on it.
the morning of the Halloween parade, people were dressed up in all interesting outfits and were rolling their pumpkins down to where the contest was held.
Suddenly, they all stopped short as they saw Clayton, his mom, his dad, Desdemona, and Molly on their motorcycles pulling a humongous pumpkin over the hill.
One to the left! Way! To the left! Way! To the right! Way! Oops!
when they all reached the town, the pumpkin was too big for any of the streets, so Clayton went to get the mayor.
He explained the situation to the mayor.
The pumpkin's too big!
I'll understand. I'll take a look at it.
And as he approached the pumpkin, he was amazed.
That's amazing.
And
That's the biggest pumpkin ever.
the first prize went right onto it.
Clayton and Desdemona were so excited they danced up and down and joined the forming parade.
Yippee! Yippee!
When the celebration was over, all the field mice helped bring the pumpkin back to Clayton's house.
Then Desdemona carved it into the best jack-o'-lantern ever.
Ow! Ow! Stop! Ow!
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.